Places. Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're the Broadway Broads of the Bay.
Welcome to another review vlog. Today we really have the immense pleasure of reviewing a wonderful show called The Jungle. This is a play that is playing at the Curran Theater in San Francisco. It previewed or opened on March 26th and plays through May 19th. We're really, obviously, we're trying to make an effort to watch more plays, you know, because as you know, we hella love musicals. And so we made a conscious effort to book more plays. And so we ended up seeing this show on its very first performance.
We booked it completely blind, right,
yeah,
Sarah? We
absolutely.
had no idea. We just heard buzz about it, saw some media.
Knew it was in London.
Other than that, we didn't know anything about it at all. And by some of the footage that you'll see from us, you'll see we're super excited because we did not know what to expect, and you will see our arc,
our arc
of how we experienced and took in this piece. All right, here we are, San Francisco, new theater.
We're at the Curran. Well, new lately, right? We've been here before, but it's been a while.
Yeah, long time. I mean, they've gutted this theater out,
especially for this show, right? So don't know much about the show. I've just seen a few YouTube videos, and I know I'm in for it. I cannot wait.
It was in London, then in New York, and now here in San Francisco.
Yay!
So excited. Where are we sitting?
On the floor, as we do. We like to be in the action when we can. So,
you know. And we're excited. We're getting to meet one of our YouTube followers who's going to sit with us.
That's right. She's going to be sitting right by us.
Right by us. So that's going to be exciting. So, all right. We'll see you at intermission.
Yeah, so Jen and I headed into the city a little early because the show actually started at 7 p.m. Which is happening more often these days.
It is, which is not a bad thing. I'm okay with it.
On the weeknights, it's not bad. We're really excited because we had the opportunity to meet a fellow ham fam, a fellow theater lover,
a repeat attender,
and new friend, Jen.
Okay, we're minutes away from starting.
And Jen's gonna take your phone away.
I'm gonna get my phone taken away. But before we met one of our new friends, one of our theater buddies. Yeah, this is Jen.
Fellow Hamilton lover, fellow theater lover,
repeat attender,
Puerto Rico attender.
Yes. Love it. All right, we'll see you on the other side. Bye. Love Jen.
We love Jen. So that was exciting to know that she was going to be there too.
Because we've said you could have been sitting with these broads right here, and Jen was sitting with us.
Jen made it.
So hey, Jen, we loved hanging out with you. We can't wait to see more theater with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we got into the city with pretty minimal traffic, which is pretty great. And we parked using Spot Hero. Shout out to Spot Hero. Right on.
Love our Spot Hero.
And we walked a block or two to the theater. And then we headed, of course, to the merch line. And you'll never guess who didn't buy something.
Not me. I didn't buy anything.
No, and I actually picked up the t-shirt, Choose Love. And it's great because the proceeds actually went back to the Help Refugees organization. So I was thrilled about that as well. It's a great t-shirt.
It's a great shirt,
absolutely. So then off to our seats. Oh, you guys, holy moly. Okay, so we sat on the floor, no surprise there. You know, we're like orchestra gals, so of course we went for floor seats because that's what was available. And the minute we sort of passed that threshold from the lobby
into the theater,
you're immediately immersed in Kali, right? It's pretty amazing, I have to say, the detail, and you get to walk through someone's home, a store, a cafe, and then we made our way sort of into the theater, and then went to our seats.
Which they transform into a meeting space. So once we sat down, people started coming up to us and offered Sarah tea.
I had some chai tea.
She had some chai tea. And what is that?
It's chai. Would you like some?
Share with you, okay? Police, they cannot see my face.
Is it good? And then another person said to us, welcome, and brought us this and said, welcome to the emergency meeting.
We were asked to come to the emergency meeting.
Yeah, so we were automatically transported and felt like we were refugees of the refugee camp.
Yeah, we were sort of welcomed into the jungle as part of the jungle. Immediately. Like, we were immediately immersed. You know, we got there, we probably got to our seats maybe 20 minutes before the show.
We were actually early, which here's our tip for this show.
Yeah. Get there early. Oh, get there
early and go to your seat, because there's enough to take in.
The show starts immediately.
It does. And the doors open at 6 or 6:15, I think, or 6:30.
6:30, I think it was, yeah.
And so go there early and get there early and live in that
there was even a moment, I think it was Salar, who is the cafe owner. And we're in his cafe, basically. That's where we are in the jungle. And he took Jen's phone.
He did.
Yeah.
He said, oh, let me see.
No, he was like, what is this?
What is this?
10?
Yeah,
what is this?
10, 7. I said, I don't know. And he took it. And he didn't take it just like to the corner. He like took it to his cafe.
He went to the kitchen.
Yeah, and you'll see Sarah caught some footage of him bringing my phone back to me.
The very attractive man took Jen's phone. I don't know if he's going to bring it back.
He's in the cafe.
Welcome to the jungle, Jenny.
There he comes.
There he comes.
Like, no, seriously.
The very handsome man who owns the restaurant. It's his cafe.
His cafe, okay.
Ooh.
They say hi.
But it's moments like that that sort of like got you engulfed and immersed, and that's basically what this is. It's immersive theater, and man, they were not kidding.
The smells, the sights,
the smells from the cafe,
the chai tea, it was
something else. I have to say. So I'm gonna just read a little bit about sort of the origins of this beautiful, amazing, important story that we got.
It's important for us to not get it wrong.
I don't want to get it wrong.
So
I want to just read this.
Read it.
The Jungle is a play written by Joe Robertson and Joe Murphy, founders of the Good Chance Theater Company, and directed by Stephen Daldry and Justin Martin. The play premiered at the Young Vic, London from December 2017 to January 2018, and after a successful sold-out run, the play made a West End transfer to the Playhouse Theater from June 16, 2018 to November 2018. The Jungle follows the lives of characters living in the Kalis Jungle migrant camp. So that is sort of the origins and the writers of the story. So Safi, the narrator of the show, sort of gives us some times in history that are things that happen that we may recall, and so it sort of places us. It gives us the time period of the show, and so you'll learn that when you go see the show. Yeah. So let's just talk a little bit about the technical stuff of the show. Okay. So they completely transformed the Curran. I mean, I was watching because I follow the Curran Theater on Instagram and the whole, but I mean, if it wasn't for those seats in the mez
seats,
I would be like, I'm not in the theater. Yeah. This is not a theater.
And Jennifer even pointed out, she said, look behind the mez up past the curtain and you'll see the balcony up there too, where if I didn't look at that, if she didn't point that out, I would not have even, I felt like the ceiling was the ceiling and that was
and it was
the
very
space. So we're on the stage.
It was sort of a low ceiling. Sitting on the floor, I felt very like I was in a small place. You know what I mean?
And just to comment, like, we're not sitting like literally on the floor. We're sitting on a bench, but it's on the floor of the stage theater. Yeah. So just to make sure people understand, because if they want to get the seats we had, I mean, I don't want to be sitting on the floor. You're not sitting on the floor.
We were on benches.
You're on a bench. A bench. So that's in the front and like literally looking up, and the cast is on that set.
Yeah, and so the set was a completely working set.
Yeah.
So Salar's Cafe, there was like aromas that were like wafting through the entire show. He was making bread. He was making bread all different times during the show. Yeah. And so it was a completely working, functioning set. Yeah. So the lights and sound were absolutely wonderful, and there was a specific technical cue that happens, and I'm not going to tell you what it was because I don't want to spoil it, but it like left me. I know you too. I was breathless. I
was actually scared. Like I remember being like, they did a great job of making me feel that I was there, living in that moment. Like I felt that I was there.
Whatever work went into that particular cue. And when you see the show, I mean, comment below and let me know if you know what I'm talking about. But there's a specific technical cue that just blows you away. It's amazing. So, and then the show starts. And man, it starts quick.
It does. Almost to where I'm like, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready yet. Luckily, I had already turned my phone off. It was already on airplane mode. It was put away. I had not already got out my little cough drop just to like help my I hadn't even got that far yet. And all of a sudden it's happening. And I remember feeling a little anxious.
No, it's the tension is there immediately, from the second it starts. And you're going and you're going and you're going. And then without spoiling anything, we'll just say that Safi, who is sort of the narrator of the show, who is remarkable, he comes in and sort of redirects the show. I'll say that.
Okay, that's fair.
And then he kind of takes us to the beginning of the story. I'll say that.
Right.
And so, man, Jen, I'm
still, you guys, we saw it 2 days ago and Sarah and I haven't seen each other since. And my world's been shook and I've already, I still cannot articulate everything that I'm feeling from that show. So let's just talk about some standout moments and then we can go there. Okay, so my first one, you already talked about him for a second, was Safi. Played by, and I apologize if we're getting these names wrong, I apologize, Amir Haj Ahmad.
Wow.
Our storyteller.
Yeah, and he sort of, he was so gracious, like he was such a gracious host, like I can't, like, that's, how he, like, he guided the audience. There were some moments that were very hard to watch, and I remember the writers, I mean, and his performance, it was like he was such a gracious host to us. Because at those moments, at those very hard, rough moments, he would come in and sort of help us understand what was going on.
Good way to put it.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's the best way that I can say it. His performance was really stellar. And I was not words to articulate,
and which I feel like I'm not doing justice to it, but just simple things like the way he grabbed us in and made us understand, made me feel like, okay, that's my anchor, that's who I'm going to, and to see him go through the story, and the scene when there's chaos that's happening and he's on his knees in the center of the stage and he's not saying a word for probably a good 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
While everything else is going on, and I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't feel comfortable. I almost didn't feel safe, but I know I'm safe. But that's how powerful it was, and to
how much
to
you were like
look
immersed.
At him, to watch him, like his acting, I didn't even feel like he was acting. I felt like he was it was real. It was so real. So Safi. That was my standout. I know you did.
I really enjoyed Salar, who was the owner of the cafe, and his performance was beautiful. And then Narula, who played a younger member of his family, I guess I would say. It was sort of his son. I will say that, in my eyes, the way that the story evolved for me, and we had some chemistry. Because early on, it's like go early.
Go early. Yes.
Because he is such a gracious host, and he welcomes you to his restaurant, and he's
the one who took my phone.
He's the one who took Jenny's phone. I mean, he was amazing.
He was.
And his story, the way he told that story was just beautiful. And so, he definitely, he was. And and I want to give his name. So Salar was played by Ben Turner, and Narula was played by Khalid Zahabi. And I apologize again if I'm mispronouncing those, but your performances were stellar. Thank you.
Another one that we have to give a shout out to is little Amal, who was played by Zara Rosti. She's the only child in the show, and I'm telling you, that little girl held her own. She was, for us to literally be at her feet during the show while she's walking back and forth, and in this show, this little girl, I can't wait to watch her grow. Like she was, and then to find out I had a little bit of interaction with her mom via social media, and her mom, it was her first performance, and to know that little girl did that and was the only child in that show and held that stage, and at the end, which you'll see on social media, the end, for her to be standing on that stage by herself,
and I remember in the show there's a moment where there's some joy happening and dancing and singing, and then she gets this moment where she's dancing, and I just remember like
clapping and just being
loving that. Yeah, it was
and
just,
you can tell that beautiful. This cast already, that she wasn't the little girl from London or from New York. She's from San
Francisco, usually cast a local,
and they already the love they have for this little girl, and rightfully so. I mean, I fell in love. I fell in love.
She was wonderful.
She was.
Yeah.
Last one, and then I'm done. It was the character Beth, played by Rachel Redford. To see that character come in, she was an English. She was from London.
She was 18, or no, she had just finished university, so she was probably like 22 or something, maybe
at that, and came there and just wanted to help. Saw what was happening, wanted to help, and to see her go from naive and not knowing to see her blossom as somebody who's an advocate for this camp and is not afraid to stand up and speak her mind and say how she feels, to see that character transform. And then to know, I mean, again, at the very end, you see this is a real person. These are all real people, you guys, real people. To see that girl is still there now.
Yeah, she was outstanding. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
And she was played by
I did, Rachel Redford.
Rachel Redford,
girl,
amazing.
Yeah.
Also,
okay.
So I didn't get a chance to read the program at the show because the show immediately started once we passed through that. So I was there for it. But once I got home, I flipped through the program and found that 2 of the actors are refugees from Cali.
They met the writers of The Jungle while they were there visiting. The writers were there visiting. They met 2 refugees that lived there.
And these 2 gentlemen, they both have sort of performance backgrounds in small, like one's a musician, a singer, they'd been performing but just, I remember when I'm flipping through the program and I had no idea of this.
No.
And I'm like, I'm all about reading the bios of the actors and learning where they're coming from and what they've done.
Normally we do that before, but because this show, I didn't even look at it. I was so involved in what was going on.
After the fact, and then there's an interview, a very concise, beautiful interview right in the program of these 2 gentlemen. It blew me away. And their performance, I remember him specifically in the show too. It was, stellar.
Yassan Maradi and Mohammed Sassar. Sarar.
Like Jen said, we hadn't seen each other until right now since we had seen the show, and like in my the play, it's just like hasn't ended for me yet. You know what I mean? Like
she even when she saw me this morning, she said, "What's up, girl? You seem a little off." And I'm telling you, it's been a full 48 hours since I've seen the show. I've already had 6 different people go and purchase tickets because I cannot stop talking about it.
Yeah.
And me and my girl here, we've already purchased tickets again. We are going back on May 19th for what we think is the closing night. But at this point now, we feel like
we're guessing it's going to get an extension. Going to happen. I know Harry Potter is coming, but maybe they'll just have to wait.
And the Harry Potter references. I mean, there is some comedy, which is much needed. Thank you
levity.
for putting that in there.
I mean, yes, it's people. It's human beings living life.
Yeah.
Where there is no joy without sadness. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like and that's the truth. And it's like, my God, like for those, what was it, 2 hours and 45 minutes. And, it was just, I felt so honored to be there. Like,
And since then I've gone through a variety of feelings, of feeling ignorant and feeling stupid for not knowing what was going on and being so out of the loop and in my own little bubble. I'm feeling all of these feelings, and like we just talked about before we started filming, it's okay.
No, that is what theater's supposed to do. Like, to me, that marks that this is one of those plays that will that will stand the test of time, that every single human being should see, because it does that to you. Yes. And it did that to me.
Now,
and it'll do that to hopefully every single butt that's in that.
Like, I'm not going to get on a plane and go help. Like, I would love to, but for me, just to be more aware and to be more understanding and conscious of these human being stories, that it's not just a statistic, or it's not just what the media says, that these are individuals with stories and families and people who love them. And, you know, it's just, these are our neighbors, our family, our friends, you know. And so this is a very powerful play. So if, I think you said it when you were like, my God, if you only see one play ever in your life. And I mean, I've seen Harry Potter in London. I'm a Harry Potter huge.
There's some amazing plays out there.
We just saw Choir Boy, and we just saw American Son, and we've seen. This is an important show. This is important. You have to see the show.
So take it from the Broads. We're going again, and we're recommending it to anybody who'll listen. And we just think you need to get into that space, and you need to sit if you can get on the floor. Sit on the floor and get there early. I know the next time we go we're going to be there at the door. Like, can we go in now?
I mean, now and I'm really going to take my time to go through it.
It was just a beautiful piece of art, and I'm just honored that I got to be there in San Francisco for the first performance, and that we'll be there again. And
thank you, Curran.
Oh, thank you so much for bringing this show. And I can't wait to see it again and to keep telling everybody I know about it. And let us know, guys. Comment below. Have you seen it? Do you have plans to see it? So thanks for watching. Be sure to comment below, subscribe. We love interacting with you guys, and we'd love to chat with you about this show if you've seen it.
Please.
Yeah, we would love to chat about it. So be sure to comment below or send us an email. We'd love to hear from you, all right?
All right.
So we'll see you around the theater.
Bye. Curtain. Ladies, I'm blown away.
Blown away. Yes, I mean, it's an incredible story. Incredible. Everybody should see it.
It is a must-see, and it's amazing how relevant it is still now, and to be up close like that.
You're living it.
Yeah.
You're living
it. Yeah. Well said, Jen. Well said.